Hey there and welcome. Today we are going to talk about finding unit rates from word problems. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing that you probably need to know is what a unit rate is. And a unit rate is just the rate of something. And so the way that we find it is we make the ratio of the rates that we're looking at have a denominator of 1. So let's look at this problem. We have a student pays $12.50 for 10 headbands. How much would one headband cost? So we're going to do the process called 3-read. And what that means is that we're going to actually read this problem 3 separate times. And each time we do, we've got a question that we need to answer to really help us focus in on the problem. So we just read through it once. And our first read question is, what is the problem asking? What is the problem about? And so when I read this problem, I realize that the problem is about headbands. So I'm going to write down headbands. And you can even say headbands price, because it's asking about how much a headband costs. For the second time that we read this, we're going to figure out what is the problem asking. So I'm going to read it again. A student pays $12.50 for 10 headbands. How much would one headband cost? So the problem is asking for the price of one headband. One headband. Right? I don't want to just say verbatim what the question is asking. I want to put it into my own words so that I can make sure I'm actually understanding what the question is. All right, so we're going to read it one more time. We're going to figure out what information from here we're going to use and what information we might need. So a student pays $12.50 for 10 headbands. How much would one headband cost? So the information that I'm going to use is that 10 headbands, and I'm just going to, that looked weird. I'm going to shorthand this as HB. So 10 headbands are $12.50. So now we're going to actually try and write a formula to solve the problem. And this is the part that can be a little hard, is the actual writing of a formula. So one way that you might try to figure this out is that if you say that 10 headbands, that's not an H, 10 headbands is $12.50, then one headband, why can I not write H's? Goodness gracious. One headband would be 1/10 of that $12.50. So you take that $12.50 and you divide it by 10, and you get that one headband is $1.25. Right? But the wording that we need to use for this is actually fairly specific. So instead of just saying $1.25, we need to say $1.25 per headband. So the unit rate for this problem is actually $1.25 per headband. And that's really all that it is. It's not too complicated. We just need to make sure that our ratio has a 1 as a denominator. And so technically, here's that ratio. We're trying to figure out what that 1 ends up being. So let's try a different problem here. And I'm going to have you pause the video and see if you can get all of the answers to that 3-read. All right, so here is the answers. Go ahead, take a second, see if you got the same thing. And all of my work for this 144 divided by 3 is just right here, so you can see how I got 48 feet per second. Now it's feet per second because he was falling 144 feet every 3 seconds. So that was the units that we were given. So those are the units that we're going to use. Hopefully you got this one, and until next time, I'll see you later. Love you, bye.